This is Blazers All Access, an inside look at UAB athletics. Presented by Pepsi, a Southern original, and Viva Health, part of the UAB health system. Here's the voice of the Blazers, David Crane.
We welcome you to Blazers All Access as we go one-on-one with head coach Trent Dilfer. I'm David Crane. Coach, coming off the trip over to Athens, Georgia, taking on the #1 Bulldogs. Let's get the Pepsi game recap. 7-7 at one point, finishes 49-21. What was your overall takeaway from that ball game concerning your football team?
You know, there's no moral victories. I made that clear. I don't want that to be the standard. You know, I've almost been offended by the kindness of people that have, you know, whether it's NFL general managers, donors, fans, other coaches. Man, you competed hard. Man, your boys played hard. I mean, I appreciate that. I really do. But we got smoked. And I don't want the standard to be that we're okay getting smoked. If we execute in this football game, they don't play their best football, first of all. They play, I'm guessing Kirby's giving them a C-, you know, in his building. But because they didn't play their best, if we would have played our best, we were in a one-possession game there in the fourth quarter. So I made that very clear to the players. I was super proud of how they handled the week, super proud of some of the growth that we had as a team. But they got to understand, man, you got to execute. Like, you don't win games unless you do your job, and we got to do our jobs much better. So I guess bittersweet, you know, bitter that we got smoked, sweet that we're growing. You know, we are growing. The glass, usually my glass overflows. The optimist in me sees positive signs in the building every single day towards championship football, and just need to see more of it.
Let's get our Viva Health Blazer of the game, and a freshman jumped out and grabbed everybody's attention, grabbed a lot of footballs. Also, Amari Thomas, 9 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. That's not bad for a guy who's not legal to do things at this point, is he?
He turns 18 in November. Amari's a neat kid. You know, I don't give him any credit. I give his parents all the credit. No, just kidding. He's a neat kid, highly intelligent. Like, I think, you know, your fan, especially at an academic institution, like, you should be super proud of Amari Thomas. Like, this kid is high intellect, professional in his habits. Like, from the day he got on campus as a young buck, on time, works hard, you know, studies, prepares. He has professional habits at a young age, and he's very talented. So we're really not surprised, to be honest with you. Like, this is something that we saw happen in fall camp. We saw it in spring, we saw it in fall camp, and now, you know, Georgia was just, you know, it coming to fruition.
Are you getting sacked by monthly fees on your checking account? Trent Dilfer here, head coach of the UAB Blazers. Legacy Credit Union's everyday checking account can get you back in the game. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and get paid up to 2 days early. Check out LegacyCreditUnion.com for more information and apply today. Legacy, the official credit union of UAB.
Time now for Next Up, brought to you by Legacy Credit Union. Next up for the Green and Gold. Stay on the road, travel down to New Orleans, take on Tulane. The Green Wave 3-1 coach, quarterback Michael Pratt back in the lineup. How big of a difference is that for the Green Wave?
He's one of the best players in America. I mean, it's when you're playing a quarterback this good, your challenge is immense. It doesn't get easier, right? Which we kind of, I mean, I like it. Maybe I'm a psychopath, but I like the challenge is great while we're in our darkest moment. I think you're going to really find out who you are as an organization. And I do think we're ready for this challenge. I think we've been hardened the right way. Again, I'll reemphasize, we got to get better this week. They got to prove it on Saturday. But we know what we're facing. This guy's a great player. They're very well coached. He has good players around him. Defensively, they're sound. Special teams are sound. Willie's one of the better coaches in America. So they got the whole thing. There's a reason they won the Cotton Bowl, right? Like, you don't do that on accident. So we know it's ahead of us, but I think we'll be better prepared for it than we were against Georgia.
The if in life, it's a world of possibilities. If you go for a night out with friends, if you can keep an eye on your money along the way, if you know you have overdraft protection with no fee transfers from savings, when you get a low balance alert, it's easier to say yes to fun. If that sounds good, try Regions Life Banking.
Stay ready for the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
It's UAB in Tulane Saturday morning. Another early start for the Blazers and the Green Wave. We're on the air with pregame coverage starting at 10 a.m., kickoff at 11 a.m. on ESPN2. Conference games for you the rest of the way. I know you kind of like the way that part of the schedule is set up for you.
I do. You know, this is the first time in my football life I've not had a preseason. So, NFL, all my years there, you have the 4 preseason games, at least when I played. In high school, you have 4 scrimmages that you can do before the season starts. So I've kind of used this, and this is not a trick, it's not a gimmick, but way to flush these first 4 is to call it a preseason. And it really is. Like you're trying to win your conference championship. Like when the schedules come out, you're like, okay, those are the ones you got to win. You want to win the other ones too, but those are the ones you got to win. So I think we've learned a lot about each other, which is what the preseason's designed for. I think we have a much better understanding of our personnel. Our players have a better understanding of their coaching philosophies. We have a better understanding of the standard. I think our practices have gotten better. As I've evaluated everything in the building, our edge has gotten sharper. So hopefully it culminates in a 1-0 this week, and that's really the goal. Now you're in conference trying to go 1-0 every week.
Blazers and the Green Wave Saturday morning from New Orleans. For Coach Dilfer, I'm David Crane. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time on Blazers All Access.
This is Blazers All Access, an inside look at UAB athletics. Presented by Pepsi, a Southern original, and Viva Health, part of the UAB health system.